Central Area Youth Association, CAYA, has been serving the Central District of Seattle community for almost 50 years. Starting out as a development wing for young athletes, it has contributed to the success of many athletic stars coming from the area. Like many organizations in the Central District, it has kept its doors open through the changing demographics that have transformed the neighborhood. As a staple for so many youth, it stayed alive and thriving through the efforts of community members and families who understand its value. For the last 20 years, former alumnus Joe Staten has led the organization as they continue their legacy of leadership for youth engagement and stability, expanding their efforts beyond athletics while providing integral programs and resources for families.
My name is Joseph Staten. I'm the Executive Director of Central Area Youth Association, better known as CAYA. This is my 19th year.
My name is Chetty McAfee, and I came as the consultant, and now I'm a program creator, and I wear many hats. Because of EDI and the relationship that we actually got to exchange ideas and thoughts with them, they are right on the forefront of our development, and we're so excited because we've never had it before. It makes a big difference, and we're just thrilled about it. Years and decades, right, have gone by. We've been here over 56 years now, and so for EDI to step up and say, yeah, we'll help this organization has meant a great deal to us.
When I first got here, there was a gang presence. And we had to work through that. We worked with them, they came here, we made them sit down and do homework and stuff just like the rest of the kids. It was really an experience. And we didn't have any problems. No one tried to disrupt or, they really kind of respected CAYA. I was surprised that we didn't have to go through a lot of changes and stuff with the kids, but they respected us. They came here and did the work and stuff. And it was challenging for some of them and some of our tutors and so forth, but we got through it. And now we've gotten to the point where we've gotten this EDI grant and stuff, and we can do more for the community. And I'm so excited about that. You know what I mean? And Chetty and I were looking at some materials and stuff when this first started, this EDI. And we were trying to figure out what we could do to get into the schools with some of the materials. And Chetty found some material from UCLA. And we looked at it, and she brought this big stack of papers here. And I said, well, what kind of curriculum are we going to do with him? What we're going to put together for the community and stuff. And Chetty said, well, let's do an app. So we've developed an app. It is one of the most exciting things that's ever come about. And we're getting ready to use it here shortly down at Leschi. And Chetty will be able to tell you more about it because it was kind of her brainchild. And we got to looking at it and I'm going, oh my goodness. Yes, and it's developed and it's ready to go.
In the app, we have educational resources. We can tell the story. Just by still being here, EDI has helped us with that. It's a basis from which we can continue to create, to explore, to invite our community here again, right? There's just so much that we want to do. And EDI, because of that infusion that we got, wow. Our brains have just been like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. And then the app just is a vehicle for our kids, for our community. All of our stakeholders are involved.
It was so exciting when we got this grant because we had applied and applied and applied, and you know how it is when you apply for a lot of grants. People say, oh, you wrote a wonderful grant, but. We saw so many of these but letters and this, and you left this out and that, you know what I mean? And they were beautiful grants. And, people didn't work with us and say, well, why don't you try to add something to it? Maybe we can help you get this grant. It was always, the door was shut. But we applied for this grant, and when we got this grant, we didn't know what to do. We went to howling and jumping around. I said, Chetty, we got the grant. We were so excited, really. And once we decided what we were going to do with it, that's what was the beauty of it, what we could create and how we could help the kids in the community and their parents. And the principal gets to see everything, you know, through the app and so forth, and he can direct through that. You know what I mean? It's just beautiful. I can't wait to, we have a booth that we're setting up down at Les High, and we're going to have one here. So the kids can talk through it and say what they want to say, and we have stakeholders on the other side to gather the information. So, oh my goodness, you know, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get going. You know what I mean? This is our 4th year. This will be our 4th year coming up, you know what I mean? So this is a big year for us, because in the beginning it was hard for us to get into school, you know what I mean? So it took a while. But now that we're in and we can do our job. We can continue to create, you know what I mean? That's what CAYA is about, is creating, staying alive, keeping the kids engaged. And I'm excited to move forward. I am.
One of the things that I loved about EDI is that they were about community. I mean, we've seen gentrification, we've seen an opportunity for people to come in here and build and build and build, and the community has to leave. They have to move. They can't afford to live here anymore. And so by being a recipient of EDI, the EDI grant, it has told us we're doing the right thing. We're, you know, it took a long time because our community is down south now, Federal Way and all those places. So by still being here and then getting an infusion from EDI, we feel pretty good. You know, we're like, okay, we can go the distance some more, you know? And that has just really encouraged us to let us know that we'll still be here, and we're doing the right thing. And that is really important to us. I'm grateful that I'm first still here, and then 2, to have the leadership that Mr. Staten provides, to have the trust of our community. That's like number 1. We respect them and they respect us. Their grandparents, their children, they've all come through these doors. So we're anxious, and because of EDI, maybe we can bring some of that community back that's had to move and relocate and all of that. We want them to know that this is home, we're still here. If you're a first timer, happy to meet you, but we're excited. And the EDI grant, and talking about the app, it encompasses all of the community's thoughts, our stakeholders. It's a community app, to be honest, but it's there to help our children, to hear their voice. Not, you know, they get dictated to all the time, but now we can listen to what they have to say and help them. You know, the EDI team, they have been remarkable. They represent a mirror reflection of who we are. That's the nice thing, to know that we're talking to individuals who know what it's like to be an outsider in our skin, you see? So that in itself is monumental all alone by itself. And if I may mention a name, Michael has been just great. Working with him, I can pick up the phone, he gets right back to us. We tell him in a transparent fashion. So we're not afraid to just say, you know, this is it, right? We don't have to doctor it up and make it look, no. It's about transparency, and we need that so very much. And our building, hopefully we'll get some upgrades and things will be redeveloped, so EDI is on that team with us, and we can even think about that. So now we can.